So I have a question for you.
Okay.
You are, as a parent, I would love to know your response to this little situation going on right now in a school system where people are very upset. Here's why. So I guess the teachers have been very accessible to the parents on a regular basis. That's normally how it goes, where teachers and parents are just, they talk all the time. I mean, they have to. They talk about their kids. And I guess the younger the kids are, the more the teachers are involved. So because we're in lockdown and because the teachers are spending more time with the students, they need more downtime, is what they've told the school. So the school now has an email policy that you're only allowed to email teachers between 8:30 a.m. and 4:30 p.m. on school days. No more emailing them after 4:30, nothing at night, nothing on weekends. I don't care what's going on with your kid. They are not going to answer email before 8:30 or after 4:30. And parents are really upset about that because they're like, that's inconvenient. I work till 5. I'm not allowed to be on email. I have the kind of job that I can't check email. I can't send an email during the day. The only chance I have to email a teacher back would be at like 5:30 p.m. when I get off of work, or first thing in the morning at 7 a.m. before I go to work. So this doesn't work for me. And a lot of parents were like, yeah, that doesn't work for me either. So who's right here? I mean, should the teachers have a certain time that they're available to parents, and that's that? Or should they just always be available whenever a parent needs them?
I think being a teacher does not make it a 24-hour job. You shouldn't be on call all the time. And the bad thing is everybody now has their email hooked up to their phone. So that means their phone is going off all night long. Or if they don't check their phone at night, when they get in the morning, you have 90 students. Let's say you have 30 students in one class, 30 in another, and 30. You have 90. So you're going to have 90 emails from pissed off parents the minute you log on. That's insane.
But what if you want to keep up with your email? I mean, a lot of these teachers are in their 20s and 30s. They're used to being on email all the time. They're used to being on social media. They're used to, can you contact your teacher? Can you slide into their DMs on Instagram? Can you be like, I know you can't answer an email, but we're on Instagram now?
No, because then you have students also emailing their teachers at night with help with homework. And it's a nonstop job. So either you pay your teachers 17 times more than you're paying them now, or you can only email them while they're at work.
So should teachers be on social media as a name that's not their name? Should they not use their name on social media? Like I have a friend who's the cat whisperer. That's what he uses. And, he might be a teacher. You don't know because he's not on there with his actual name.
I think everybody should use a fake name on social media because that gets you in trouble.
We should all just catfish each other all the time.
How many people get fired because of what they said on Twitter?
I know, so often. You're right. I think I'm going to change all my Twitter handles. It's a big deal to have your name because, once you have your name, once you get rid of it, somebody else can take it and then they can do whatever they want with it. So everybody wants to have their name. But maybe you're right. Maybe it's better to have some made up thing. I have 2 girlfriends. One of them is Oh No She Twidn't. Another one is Golden Gate Blonde. They don't use their real names. They're really smart.
I wish somebody would steal my Twitter my Twitter handle because they would tweet a lot more than I do. It's just a pain in the ass to do it. So if anybody wants to steal it, just go ahead and do it.
Okay, so teachers should not use their real name on social media, and they should not be available to parents 24/7. Just be strict about the hours they're available.
Yeah, you can't. I mean,
right?
You only can email with them during business hours. And teachers usually have that 1 hour a day that's the planning period, which most teachers probably just go smoke pot or have sex with people.
I don't think that's what they do.
I don't know what they do.
They plan their classes.
Okay. So that planning hour, they can email and get back to emails. So that's the time to email the teacher. Do it on your lunch break.
Some of the parents were really upset. They were like, I just want to have access to the teacher when it's convenient for me.
No,
if you want to talk. But see, so if the teacher has a real concern about a kid and the parent doesn't get back to them because it's not convenient for them, So how do they communicate then?
You got to have a life. Sometimes you have to have a personal life. Teachers have families they have to spend time with.
Yeah, but if you have a student that's a problem and you have to talk to the parent, I think you have to also give a little and just be there for when the parent can talk. You can't just say, these are my hours and that's it, right?
No, they don't pay teachers enough to be open.
That's a good point. Yeah, you know what? That's the better point, that they don't pay them enough to be available to parents 24/7.
I went through high school just fine without my parents having to talk to my teacher at 7:00 at night.
You were barely there.
But you can figure it out. If my parents could do it, you can do it. They didn't have email back then. They couldn't email the teacher. Just get over it. Be a parent. Parent your damn kids.
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't think my parents ever spoke to my teachers when I was growing up. I don't think they even knew who my teachers were.
Right.
They would know if there were parent-teacher conferences. My parents certainly didn't go.
Well, they didn't know
care
about
enough.
it. Yeah, they didn't know about it because I never told them.
Yeah, my parents too. They had no idea.
I could sign my parents' name better than they could. So I will not be attending parent-teacher conferences. Signed perfectly.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah, I used to sign my mother's name all the time, like to get myself out of stuff. If I missed a class, she was sick or she had a funeral. Like I had a lot of grandparents who were always dying, but I had my mother's signature down to a T, and they never questioned it. But now, now everything's on a website. So the parent's going to see what's really going on and what's not going on. I think kids now have it much harder in that way. We got away with so much more. Oh, look at that.
See, it
works. It does work. Yeah.